In this video, we will model, texture and render this bottle for our clients, either we also use for your portfolio. And especially don't miss out the last part, which is lighting, because our most artists didn't focus on lighting and theirs and renders didn't look professional and beautiful. So stick to the end and don't miss out the lighting part. And we make these two renders in this video. Let's just get started. First of all, we add reference of the image. So I will add the reference and adjust according to the view, just like this button in the middle of the cursor here. You also see the buttons which I pressed. So first we add circle and make it to 16 vertices. Just scale it down to adjust the size with the bottle. So extrude on z-axis like this, scale up after extrude, move up little like this, and extrude on z-axis to match the reference like this. But the below part, hold alt and left click to select whole loop, and I need to scale it down like this. And if we apply subdivision modifier of level 2 or level 2, press Ctrl 2 or 3, it's a shortcut key for the subdivision modifier. I applied 2 level of subdivision modifier. Now let's adjust this. Press Ctrl R to add loop, several loop cuts like this to linear the geometry of this bottle. Now select this loop and I think move up little bit like there. Just press simply shift and Z to go to wireframe mode, or you also select this wireframe render there. So it's a shortcut shift plus Z. I think the bottle is little big. Press A to select all, press S and shift Z to exclude the Z axis and scale it down a little bit like this. And now simply we select these, press alt and the mouse left click to select this, and also hold shift alt and left click to select this below part. But before we select this, press F to fill this, and now both loops are selected. Press Ctrl B to bevel. With one segment is okay like this, and make the shape value to 1. Right click and shade auto smooth. So this is our bottle of citron bottle, and we also make inner part. So I think bottle is okay. Let's make citron part, move back on y-axis, and first we make this bottle mouth and then we make the inner part. Just make little above. Okay, it's okay here. Press E to extrude and press S to scale it down. We also bevel these corners to make it less stretch. So scale it down like this. Let's see, we extrude on Z axis here. So yeah, let's match the reference. So like this, and also select this loop and also select this loop and press Ctrl B to bevel these. I add 2 segments here, so, and shape value 1. One more thing I do here, select this vertices, move little above like this. I think this face is too big for the bottle. Let's go to face select mode and hold alt and left click of the mouse to select this loop, and press Ctrl numpad plus to grow the selection, and press S and shift Z to exclude the Z axis and scale it down like this. I also like this, go to edge select mode and select this and move little below like this to match the ref. I think this edge is too sharp, so go to edit mode, select this loop, press double G on edge slide mode and move like this. And same for the above loop, press double G and slide right there. And now let's see, yeah, it looks fine now. And we press A, shift Z to screw the X and make little big. First of all, go to edit preference and in add-on search for extra and check this box, extra curve objects. Go to edit modes, select this loop, this select, press shift S and cursor to select it. So our cursor is in the middle of this selected loop. Now here we go to curve and curve spirals and select this logarithmic. So that's our spiral. So I also decrease the height like this, and also if I go on z-axis, I'll set the radius down like this. Now I move it down. Yeah, it's okay now. I place here, just simply right click, convert to mesh. So first it will curve, now it's mesh. Now go to edit mode, press E to extrude and S to scale it up, and press GZ to scale up like this, and press S to scale down like, I think this it's okay now, and press Ctrl R to add loop cut between this and press Alt S to move outside like this, and right click shade auto smooth or shade smooth. If we apply subdivision modifier and look now, it's okay. So move below like this and move rotate on Z axis like this, and now press shift and select the bottle and press Ctrl J to merge. Now let's make the inner part of the bottle. As this is selected, press Ctrl I to invert the selection to select the whole bottle, and press shift D, right click and press S to scale it down, and shift Z to scale it down on X, Y and exclude Z. Press Ctrl I and press H to hide that. We first adjust this and then we unhide that part. Just select this below part and delete faces. Here's our inner part. So you look the inner part here, it's the curved like this. So we make like this. So go to edit mode, go to wireframe mode, select this loop, move up like this, and go to vertex select mode and select this vertices and move below like this, and also select these and move little below to make it smooth, and also select this middle part and move little below like this. Select these, move little below like this. Press alt and left click to select the whole loop and fill by pressing F, and press as this one is goes to there, press E and Z to extrude Z axis like this, and then press SZ and 0 and move to there, and press Ctrl B to bevel these parts with one segment like this, and also select this loop and press F to fill this loop also. Alt H to unhide the other geometry, and select this, go to edge select mode, right click and bridge edge loop. Just go to face orientation, press A to select everything and press shift N to correct the normals. And now we select this edges and press Ctrl B to bevel and add one with two segments bevel with the shape value 1. So that's our bottle. Now let's make this cap. While our 3D cursor is there, press shift A and add circle with 16 vertices, or you can also decrease it because at the end we add subdivision modifier on this. Just adjust the scale like this, make it down to here, go to front view, select all, extrude on Z axis like this, press E to extrude and scale it down like this, extrude on Z axis and scale it down, press F to fill this, and as you apply subdivision modifier on this, it looks like this, but we fix this. Let's go to back, select these and bevel with two segments. Now apply subdivision and select these edge loops. Now go to X-ray view, press S and shift Z to exclude the Z axis and scale it down like this, and select this loop, press Ctrl B to bevel and add several, and also make this shape value to 0.5 like this. This rubber is thin from middle, so press Ctrl R to add loop cut here and scale it down like this. That's our rubber part. Let's add thickness to the cap. Go to modifier tab, add modifier and add solidify modifier. If we hide this bottle, you can see here, select this, and if we increase this, so we also need to make this inner pipe, so let's make that also. Just unhide this, go to edit mode, first hide the solidify modifier from viewport. Now select this loop and extrude on Z axis, then press extrude E to extrude and scale it down to decrease the size, and go to front view and press E and Z to extrude on Z axis. Go to wireframe mode, add loop cut here and one loop cut here and move little down like this, and let's make the shape of this. Just select these both loop cuts, press S and shift Z to scale it down only on XY axis like this. That's our rough shape of this. If you adjust this shape, just select this loop and press double G to edge slide and move little above, and also select both loops and bevel these with one segment or two, it's up to you. Let's make the shape value 0.5 and select this move above. So that's our modeling part. Our modeling is completed, and let's move to the texturing part. First of all, this is the brown glass, this is the gold metallic, and this is the black rubber. Press Z to move material preview. It's a shortcut, or you can also click here to move to the material preview. Just hide this and select the bottle. Go to material properties, select new, give the name to brown glass. So I come on this website htmlcolorcodes.com to select the brown color. From here I just also apply the brown color bars for perfectly matching the color. I select from these brown colors. So I think this chocolate color. Let's copy this hex code like this. Copy this, go to Blender and paste there. And to make the glass, first we move to the cycles and then make to GPU, and now go to transmission, make the value 1 and make the roughness to 0.05. I didn't want exactly 0, and also the IOR of the glass is 1.45. This is the index of reflection. So our glass material is ready, but to look glass materials we need to go to render preview, but here no lighting yet, so we add lighting and then we see. Just select this cap. We need to apply the gold metallic. So search gold hex code. On here gold hex code, this I just copy this. You can go to Google for any color hex code and search for add new material, make this gold and paste the hex code here, but not matching with this. So for matching we increase the metallic part to 1 and decrease the roughness part to 0.25 is okay, like this. Now apply black material on this part, go to edit mode and simply select the above part and press Ctrl numpad plus to grow the selection, and press Ctrl plus one more time and click on this plus button, assign new, make rename black rubber, make it to black like this and increase the roughness to make it rubber. That's it. And for this we cursor to select it. Now if we move above, and this pipe is not like the golden, it's more likely white. So go to edit mode and first we turn off the solidify modifier. I think then we select this below part, control press to grow the selection. I think that material properties, click plus, assign white glass, because it's also like a glass but it's not glass. Just make the crank the transmission to 1, make the roughness to 0.1 and that's it, and make it to customer selection on here, and also parent this with the bottle. Select this bottle, press Ctrl P and keep transform, so it's also transformed with the bottle. Now let's move on the label part, like this part. Let's search this PNG. For label I found this text, this website PNG tree, and credit goes to this PNG tree website. So I make the cheap copy of this product label. Let's export as a PNG. Just go to Blender, select this bottle, and I go orthographic view on x-axis and simply go to edge select mode, select this edge, hold control and click on there, so it select all this edge and right click, make it mark seam. -X orthographic view, select this same, hold control and left click here, right click mark seam. Now select this. After selecting the edge, hold control and select this, so it select the whole loop. Right click mark seam, and same for this one, select this edge, hold control and select this and mark seam. Now go to face select mode and hover the mouse here and press L to only select these faces, then press shift D duplicate and P and select separate by selection. Now it's separate from the bottle. Just press S to make it little big, move little on y-axis so it's not overlap with the bottle. Now go to material preview and go to shading tab. Now in shading tab just simply duplicate and give the name per label. Delete these nodes, just select this, load the label which I made. After loading, plug this color into base color and load up the image in the UV editor. Just click here and search for label. That's our label. Then go to edit mode, select everything and U and minimum stretch unwrap. So unwrap and let adjust the label. So our label is not correctly lined. Just simply press RX and rotate 180 degree, move little on Y axis and press S to scale it down like this and scale it down little more. That's it. Plug this color and put this into alpha so it removes the black part. We only see the text on the label. The black part has 0 value, so alpha removes the 0 value. That's it. And if you have white any label with white background, just press Shift A and add invert color node. Invert, search for invert color and put between these two. So right, if we move the bottle, the texture is not moved with. So select the label, select bottle, press Ctrl P and keep transform. So if now bottle move, the texture is also move with this. So our texture part is also complete. Let's move on final part where I explain about lighting and how we render this. So first of all, I will show you how you create this type of render, because sometimes the most important part of your product visualization is the lighting. Because if you have simple background, simple product, it's only look beautiful by lighting. And if you also spend hours on modeling and texturing and still you didn't know how the light works, then your renders not look professional. So in this lighting section, we will deep down into the lighting so you know how lighting works, and that's it. So let's start. First of all, we will talk about this cap section. So here I add circle and extrude on Z axis. So I want to light up this cap and the rubber part, like I put the gradient. So for this cap and rubber part I add this, and on this I add, if I on from camera, I add gradient texture on this, like this little black and here also black. Let me show you the texture in the shading tab. If I go to render preview, and here's our that texture. You can simply make this by any editing software, and these are my node setup. You can also follow if you want to make gradient texture on object like this. And this marker is basically handle the gradient of this. For black is sharp and smooth. Like if I move this to close to black, look at this texture. It's narrow and too sharp like this. If I move to the white part, it's hard but it's also smooth out. So I add this for purpose. So in lighting, you add things on purpose, not randomly. If you put randomly, so your renders not look professionals. So I off this in revisibility camera, so it didn't visible in the render section of material preview. So let's move on to the background. Here you see only one background, but there's two planes. One is this and one is here. The second background I add, if I on the camera, it's a simple plane. If I off this, you see textures on the bubbles. It looks abstract and beautiful, but I didn't want on the bubbles, so that's why I add this plane with unchecked camera so it didn't visible. And also I off shadows because it's affect the background color. That's why I off the shadow. And for glossiness I off because it affects the visibility of the background. Let me show you the node setup for this background. I just add wave texture, noise texture, put the noise texture color into vector and wave texture into bump node in the height, and plug normal into normal. And that's my settings of the noise and wave textures. And also I plug this fact. If you have a node wrangler add-on enable, you just click on this and press Ctrl T to add these two nodes automatically. If you didn't have node wrangler add-on enable, go to edit preference, go to add-on and search for node wrangler, and you can check this box, or you simply manually also add these two nodes. So that's for our background. And for lighting, here's I add two rim lights to light up this bottle. Like if I off these lights, like this one and this one, you see it's the glass is dark because I also add HDRI at the stand 0.3, and that's it. The HDRI is some H Studio Small. You can download this from Polyheaven. Let me show you. On Polyheaven, you simply search here Studio Light and you can download any of these. So I add Studio Lighting to fill the environment so it not look too dark. If I make it to 0, you can see it's too dark. That's why I put HDRI for this. And for this below part, this rim light I put to cover up this lower part of the bottle, because if I I off and on this part, this is just cover the upper part of the bottle, but the lower part is too dark. So to match the vibe of this bottle, we also need some lighting here. That's why I add this rim light. And for these reflections, I add two key lights to add some reflections on the glass, but that is not too harsh because I use nodes here where I add color ramp and add some black and white texture with ease and put this into emission strength and strength to 1. If I plug this out, you see it's too harsh. So if I plug this in, this is too soft and looks more professional. That's why I use nodes and add color ramp. So for this light, I light up this label part because if I off, the label part is too dark and didn't look like professionalism. So I add this light with 8000 watt power so it light up this label part. And if I show you one more thing, if I go to object properties, here you see I add light linking of the bottle and label because I didn't want it to affect on bubbles or background or on the cap of the bottle. So I only want on the label and on the bottle. That's why I put the light linking here. Same I do for this one. And for this rim lights, I only add collection. You can also add whole collection to this light linking, so it's only affect this whole bottle. And for this front light, I add label and bottle. And one more thing, if I go to render properties and in color management, I make view transform to filmic for realism and I make the look to high contrast. And when I render this on 256 frame and the resolution I made for this is 200 for Ultra HD. So when we put this on Instagram or any other social media platform, so it upload in a high quality because that social media platform also compress the quality. So when I render this, it's mostly the denoise optics, but still I see noise in the glass part. So what I do to remove that noise part, just I go to compositing. First I just press F12 here or render image and then add view layer, see your renders. And for denoise, you simply go to view layer and check this about denoising data, and then these noisy image denoising normal and denoising albedo shows, and you can press shift A and add denoise and simply plug these noisy image in image denoising normal into normal and denoising albedo into albedo and plug this image into composite and viewer node. So the image is only show here when you render. Let me render first and show you. As our rendered complete, if I close this render part and you will see the render result in the background. So if I put this image directly here, if I press Alt and V to zoom in the picture, you will see the noise in the glass. So to denoise this glass, I put this noisy image into noise image and then I put this image into image of composer and viewer. You can wait some time. Yeah, as the loading time complete, the glass is noise free. So that's it. And at the end I create these bubbles. Let me show you how I create this. It's simple, like add mesh and UV sphere, then apply simply materials on this. I apply two materials like this bottle color material and white glass material. I show you the node setup here. This is the node setup for white glass material. You can screenshot or use as it is. And for this brown, here is the node setup for this one. Let's jump onto the second render, which is this render. So in this render everything is same, just extra thing is I put this cube in the background and this point light, and on the cube I add the same material as the bottle. And in the point light, if I go to object properties, I just link this cube so it didn't affect any other things. And in light I make it 10,000 and of the multiple importance because it showed the light shape here. That's why of this multiple importance. And here I add reflective plane. If I go to render properties and in light path, I off this reflective because if I on this, the light close to this plane is reflect on this plane. That's why of this reflective, so it didn't show on plane. And at the end in the color management, I make a view transform to filmic because it's increase the realism and look to high contrast, not very high contrast to avoid more darkness. I put the same for the first render also. I hope you learned something new. And for lighting setup, there are no pre-planned lighting setups that you follow to make your render beautiful, but you need to place your lighting your own to match the vibe of your renders and product. If you follow other artists lights, maybe that's not work for you, because lighting depends on environment and the size of the product. Everything matters here. I hope you learned something new, and send me your renders on Instagram Afzan 3D, so I will give you feedback also. So that's for it. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. See you next time.